It's been long 7 days since we had our first game against Pakistan, and now India are going to play New Zealand at the Dubai International Stadium. But before going into previewing that, I would like to talk about the serious issue, a few issues that surrounded the India-Pakistan game. First one, the good part about what happened after that game was the warm hug that you saw Virat Kohli giving Mohammad Rizwan. Then you saw a few Pakistani youngsters taking lessons from MS Dhoni. We often say that sport unites cultures, and more so cricket. You have so many religions, creeds, castes and genders, all of them, mingling with each other, playing this wonderful sport, and you feel there's no hindrance from the social aspect when it comes to cricket, and you're so happy seeing these pictures circulating around the internet. But then there are so many bad elements that kind of spoil all the good work that's done by our hard-working players. After the game got over, there was so much religious-based attack done on Mohammad Shami, and that was so poor as a cricket fan. Even as a human being out there, that was so poor. You're criticizing your own player who has given so much for this nation over the years. And to be honest, when you criticize somebody, you take away all the good things he has done for your nation as well. I mean, people forget that apart from him, there were so many other players. It was a team failure in many ways. And just attacking Mohammad Shami on the basis of religion, it's something to be ashamed of as an Indian. And I hope it stops. Many people came in support of Shami, and that's so wonderful to see, saying that he has been a servant for Indian cricket for so many years, and you cannot just attack him on basis of one match and on the basis of religion when it comes to such a wonderful sport that unites cultures. Then Waqar Younis, a legend of Pakistani cricket. Whenever you saw Waqar Younis bowl, you felt there's a wicket coming next ball. And then that guy, so many years after retirement, saying that it was so special for him to see Rizwan offer prayers in front of so many Hindus. I mean, once again bringing religion. Your team on the ground, the Pakistani team, is building such a nice reputation of being the most dominant side in the World Cup. And then your senior players, your ex-players that you don't expect stuff like this coming from. And then they spoil all this. It's so poor. So both sides, I would say, India and Pakistan, the public, the ex-players, it wasn't so pleasing. It wasn't so pleasing. Please stop all this. Your players are working so hard on the field. Give them support, give them love. So there it is. Let's preview the India versus New Zealand game. What's common between both these sides? Both have played one game, lost one game. Lost their game against the same opponent, Pakistan, the table toppers. So both will be a little low on confidence. New Zealand will be actually high on confidence when it comes to comparing both these sides on the basis of confidence, because they actually made Pakistan scratch their way through to victory. Whereas Pakistan against India, it was more of a convincing victory. So New Zealand will be still thinking that we made a match out of nothing. So that's the reason I would say New Zealand, well, they come as favourites into this contest, but favourites don't always win. India will always have such a big crowd behind them, supporting them at the Dubai International Stadium. They have a motive of winning this one for Captain Kohli, who has given so much for this side. When you look at both these sides, analysing them, let's look at the Indian team first. You feel the only place where they're struggling, which was already something that I previewed earlier before the Pakistan game as well, is that number 6 position. Because if Hardik Pandya is not giving you overs, then it's really tough, because you have to play with 5 bowlers and your 6th bowler becomes Virat Kohli. And those 5 bowlers, even if somebody has a bad day, you still have to persist with them, because you certainly don't want to go to Virat Kohli with the ball. Now Hardik Pandya, there was a video of him that was circulating that he is bowling in the nets. Now we're really unsure if he's going to bowl. Even if he bowls 2 overs, that makes a big difference for India. So if he's bowling 2 overs, I would say stick with Hardik Pandya. But if he isn't, go to Shardul Thakur, because Hardik Pandya with the bat also is not providing what we expect from him. So if you go to Shardul Thakur, you may get a few additional runs in here and there, and you get an extra bowler who you can always bank on that he can perform for you. Now, you played Jadeja, you didn't play Ashwin. You played Varun Chakravarti. Varun Chakravarti is something New Zealand, England, Australian, these kinds of teams, they will struggle picking Varun Chakravarti. So I feel that is a good tactical move against them. Play Varun Chakravarti. Jadeja, he can always give you that all-round show, so you're going to play him. Now Bhuvneshwar, Bumrah and Shami. Bumrah was phenomenal, you play him. Shami, he's low on confidence after all that terrible attack. I feel you should play him because he has a point to prove. He can certainly change this game for India. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, now that's the point, that's one place where you debate. Is Bhuvneshwar Kumar really what he was a few years ago? That's something that you can debate upon. Now you can leave Bhuvneshwar Kumar outside and get in Shardul Thakur, or you can leave Hardik Pandya outside and get in Shardul Thakur. But in many ways I feel Shardul Thakur is going to play this game against New Zealand. Your top order, if it clicks Rohit and Rahul, India are certainly posting a big score because Virat Kohli once again showing that, calm and cool innings against Pakistan shows that he's so much more confident coming into this tournament. Looking at the New Zealand side, the first thing that comes to your mind is that they need Martin Guptill to score runs. They need him to score some kind of runs. Yeah, clearly Martin Guptill over the years has struggled in Asia, but they need him to score runs because he's their senior batsman. Kane Williamson, yeah, he's hanging around, he's playing well. Devon Conway, he can always give you those big innings because he's somebody who's high on confidence. Certainly that batting order is a little iffy here and there because if India sneak in through those two experienced batsmen at the top, it can become really, really tough for New Zealand to find their way back. What's the positive for New Zealand? That they only scored 135 against Pakistan but still made a match out of it. Their bowlers are doing well. Trent Bolt is doing well. Tim Southee is doing well. But Tim Southee's final over was something that can make issues for selection in the next game. What's something that hurt New Zealand before the Pakistan game was that Lockie Ferguson wasn't available. They were so sure he's going to play, and this last minute he pulled out because of a certain calf injury, and that was something that would hurt New Zealand because that he's one of their prime fast bowlers, and you always wanted to see Lockie Ferguson, bowl those 150-kilometer kind of deliveries, which is so important to have one bowler like that in your side. So obviously he's pulled out of this tournament. You may have Adam Milne, one of the reserve players, replacing him. He can bowl those kind of deliveries, so that's important. He may come in. The two spinners you once again played were Mitchell Santner and Ish Sodhi, and I feel there's nothing to change between them. They were phenomenal. That's the way this team goes. A few mindset changes and that batting is a little iffy here and there. So if two players, carry that team through to the 20th over, this team can look dangerous. But if India make inroads early, New Zealand, their batting will really suffer because they don't have so many batsmen who you can rely on in these tough Asian conditions.
Cricketing Fun, do like, share and comment. And do subscribe the channel and press the notification bell for my further videos.